Hey, it's me again, Carmilla Renee. And are you a Charleston home buyer that needs down payment assistance? Well, stay tuned because I'm going to give you some very helpful information on getting down payment assistance to help you purchase your home here. All right, so you are a Charleston home buyer and you need down payment assistance to help you purchase a home. Well, here in Charleston, South Carolina, there are a few options right now for you on getting assistance on purchasing your home. There are a couple of down payment assistance that are available for you right now in this market. We have government programs, lender programs, and also nonprofit programs like NACA. And I'm sure you've all heard of NACA. So most of these programs are for first-time home buyers. And a first-time home buyer is mostly considered someone who has not owned or purchased a home in the last 3 years. So if you fall into that category, then you could possibly take advantage of some of the programs that we have available right now. So the first thing that you need to do is reach out to a lender to see what you qualify for. So you can go to your local bank or your mortgage broker, or you can check out the NACA programs that are local in your area. But first, talk to a lender to see what you would qualify for. And remember, most times, first-time home buyers are people who have not owned a home in the last 3 years. So let's discuss a few things that you need to be aware of when receiving any type of down payment assistance, any program. First, your credit score. With a lot of these programs, your credit score has to be at a certain number, and the lender will be able to tell you, but some of them you have to have at least a 460, 450. It just really depends on what that program requires. So a lot of the programs, there is an income cap on how much you can make per year. So you definitely would need to talk with the lender to see what the requirements are for that particular program. But make sure you still get qualified or look into getting qualified for a regular loan so you can compare the two. A lot of times the down payment assistance loans do have a higher interest rate and more fees. So you need to be aware of what you're getting into beforehand. Because yes, it does sound great to have some down payment assistance, but it does come with some very high stipulations and requirements behind getting that money. Also, in receiving your down payment assistance money, you also will need to find out if you have to pay it back, because some of them require you to pay the money back. Some also will say that you have to live in the house for a certain time frame before you could sell the property. A lot of the programs say that they are grants, but you may have to live in that property for a certain length of time before that grant is forgiven. You want to check all of the requirements of the program to make a decision. How long do you have to live there before you do not have to pay the money back? Some require you to pay the money back in order to sell or refinance the property, but you don't have to make any payments on the money that was given to you until you decide to sell or refinance the property. So you don't have to pay the money back while you're living in the property. But they take the money when you sell or refinance and put it back into the program. So it's not actually fully forgiven. It's almost like a second silent lien on your property. So when it's time to sell it, it will be part of your amount that you have to pay off, almost like showing it's on your title as a debt that needs to be paid off in order for the property to sell. You also need to ask the lender if this property can be rented out. Is that an option? You may need to move for some reason, take a job somewhere else. So what will you be able to do with this property? A lot of these programs try to avoid having investors take advantage of the programs. So they want to make sure the property is owner occupied at all times. So now, right now we are in a seller's market. And with the down payment assistance loans, a lot of them require that you give them at least 60 days to close the loan. Well, that could be a hindrance to you when purchasing or making offers on a property in a seller's market. Right now, properties are getting 10 to 15 to 20 offers. And if you need 60 days to close a loan because you need that down payment assistance money, that may hinder you from having your offer accepted by the seller. And I would find out from my lender, do I need to disclose that I'm using down payment assistance money to purchase this home? Because that could be something that would deter sellers from wanting to accept your offer as well. Sometimes on the pre-approval letter, it says that you are receiving down payment assistance money. And you may not want that on there, because if the seller sees that, that could be something that they may say they don't want to deal with, or they don't want to wait, and other offers come in with less contingencies and a lesser time frame to close on that property. So hey, before I finish this video, I want to make sure that you subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so that every time I drop a video, you are notified, and that's once a week. And make sure you like this video and comment, because I reply to all of my comments. So with no down payment assistance programs, there are so many stipulations and requirements for receiving the funds that they are offering. And a lot of times, the funds run out and then they come back in and they run out. So you always have to just be aware. It is definitely something that you want to always ask your lender if there are any funds available, because sometimes you don't know when the funds are available when they come in, and sometimes it's available and you weren't aware of it, and it's an option that you could take advantage of. But I would also say make sure you get an approval, a regular approval, because you want to have options when it comes to purchasing a property right now in today's market, because it's so competitive. So the last thing I want to talk to you about that you may not be aware of, not sure you are, but there is also zero down payment loan. I'm not talking about USDA or FHA. I'm talking about 100% financing conventional loans. Now, still yet, you will need to talk to your lender about these loans. But I do know that Navy Federal has one, and a couple of other banks. Reach out to me if you want to know those banks. But they are 0% down loans, and they're conventional loans. Now these ones do have less restrictions, which is great. They also have no PMI, so you don't have any mortgage premium insurance with this loan. But some do have higher interest rates. But remember, always get an estimate so you can compare, because it's very competitive right now when it comes to these loans and the lenders, just like it is with the housing market. And then you may want to think about whether or not you even want to take advantage of the down payment assistance money. Once you get all of the information from your lender and see what the requirements and stipulations are, you may find that it's not the best loan for you. So that's why I stress, make sure you get an approval, a regular approval, and also see what you can get with the down payment assistance programs. So make sure you compare, because is it worth it to get the money? Maybe you want to put your own money down. So is it worth getting the down payment assistance program funds? You have to think about that. Consider all options. You may want to keep more of your money in your pocket and take advantage of the down payment assistance programs. Or you may want to go ahead and put your money up front and don't even bother with the programs because you don't like the stipulations and the requirements behind it. One thing I can say, that these down payment assistance programs, they say down payment assistance programs, but you definitely can use the funds for down payment and closing costs. So make sure you ask your lender about that as well. Well, I am Carmilla Renee, and I am a licensed South Carolina real estate agent, born and raised right here in Charleston, South Carolina. And I just love bringing you helpful tips and information about my home state, South Carolina. So make sure you hit that notification bell, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and make sure you like this video and comment, because I reply to all of my messages. Well, I hope you like this video, and until next time, thank you for watching.